Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL STAR. Today I gonna discuss about weekly transfer plan for Game Week 3. So before starting, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel for FPL content throughout the season. Now let's start. In this video, I have divided Game Week 3 transfer into 5 categories. They are essential, differential, sell, hold and ignore. Essential are those kind of player which have very high ownership, and this kind of player is essential for your team. If you don't have this kind of player, they will hurt your rank. On the other hand, differential are those kind of player whose ownership is very low and they will help you to get the rank boost. Sell is the player are not performing now, so you need to sell this kind of player. On the other hand, hold is the player are not performing now, like the sell category, but they have a great future ahead, so that's why they are in the hold category. And ignore is the player are performing very well now, but I don't think they will continue their form in near future, so you should ignore this kind of player. And if you look at the first essential player for Game Week 3, and I think it's Chilwell from Chelsea. He now playing as a left winger for Chelsea, also taking some of the set pieces, and I think as Enzo Fernandez missed penalty, so there might be the new penalty taker, and Chilwell might be the option for Chelsea. And if you look at the Chelsea's fixture, it also looks good. In Game Week 3, they have got Luton home. In Game Week 4, Nottingham Forest home. And in Game Week 6, got Aston Villa home. 3 home fixture in next 4 match. And also, their away fixture is Bournemouth away. So, I think in those 4 fixture, at least Chelsea should maintain 2 clean sheet. And if you look at Chilwell attacking possibility, his goal ratio was 0.68, playing very well and advanced, so that's why I think he is an essential player for Game Week 3, because if you don't have Chilwell, he will hurt you, because I think he might get a mega hole in near future. Now move on to the second essential player, and it's from Brentford, and it's Wissa. As now FPL has got lack of forward option, so I think now other than Haaland you can go for Wissa. His fixture run looks good in Game Week 3 Crystal Palace home match, in Game Week 4 Bournemouth home, and in Game Week 6 Everton home. Only Newcastle away is a hard fixture, but I think as Wissa is now playing as a center forward and playing very well, and so you can go for Wissa. He is not a penalty taker for Brentford, but still his underlying data looks good, and in last 2 matches he got 20 points, scoring 2 goals and provide 1 assist, so he's essential for Game Week 3. And if you want to go for a forward movement, I think Wissa should be the one. Now move on to the first differential player for Game Week 3, and it's Akanji. If you look at Manchester City defense, they maintained 2 clean sheet in last 2 matches, and their fixture from Game Week 3 to Game Week 6 looks amazing. Fulham home, Nottingham Forest home, Sheffield United away might be clean sheet for Manchester City, and West Ham away is not also the hardest fixture. So I think if you look at Manchester City defense, they look solid, and as now Johnstone is injured, so there might be more minute for Akanji, and I expect legs rotation from Manchester City, and they are the best defense in the league, so you should go for their defense. And Akanji's ownership is just 7.8%, and he's a very good differential one. Now move on to the second differential player for Game Week 3, and it's Marsh from Brighton. And in last match he playing fabulously well. He deployed in the right wing, but sometimes he dipped to the center position and he got to tap in this match, and I think it will happen in next few matches, so you can go for Marsh, and his ownership is just 7%. His fixture run from Game Week 4 on doesn't looks good, but I still think that Brighton is a very exciting team, so they can obviously score against any opponent, and Marsh should be involved there, and he's the first choice right winger for Brighton, and they're playing very exciting football. In last 2 matches, Marsh got 24 points, scoring 3 goals, so that's why I think he might be a very good differential pick for Game Week 3. Now move on to the first sale for Game Week 3, and it's Pickford. Everton defense looks like a joke, and if you look at Everton defense in last 2 matches, their expected goal concentration was 2.30. So if you want to go for a goalkeeper transfer, I think Pickford should be out of your team, because I don't think that Everton will maintain clean sheet in near future. Though Wolves home and Sheffield United away looks to be an easy fixture, but if you look at Wolves' performance against Manchester United, they played absolutely well in attackingly. So I don't expecting clean sheet from Everton in Wolves match, and also Arsenal Brentford match. I'm not expecting clean sheet, so you should sell Pickford. And if you don't have the luxury to make another transfer, like a lot of FPL manager teams look so good that they don't need any transfer, so you might go for the transfer to sell Pickford to any other goalkeeper. Even I think Sanchez from Chelsea looks so good, and also Johnstone there, Onana is there, so goalkeeper transfer might be okay for Game Week 3. Now move on to the second sell for Game Week 3, and it's Darwin Nunes. He in last 2 matches just got 18 minutes, so he's a great minute risk player. And also Liverpool next match is Newcastle away. I don't think that Darwin will start in this match because Jota played very well, and Darwin is an out of favor forward for Klopp, so I don't think he will start in next few matches. So he's a straightforward sell for game week 3. Now move on to the first hold player for game week 3, and it's Bruno Fernandes. If you look at his expected goal per 90 is 0.40 and expected assist per 90 is 0.53. His underlying data looks good, but in last two matches Manchester United attackingly disappointed their owner, and a lot of FPL managers selling Bruno Fernandes because of frustration. But his next fixture is Nottingham Forest home. I know Nottingham Forest in recently playing very well, but I still think that Manchester United can get the attacking return against Nottingham Forest. And in last match, Bruno Fernandes was unlucky that he cannot get any attacking return. But I think ahead of game week 3, selling Bruno Fernandes is not a good idea, and that's why he's a hold for game week 3. Second hold for game week 3 is also from Manchester United, and it's Rashford. And I think you might sell one of these two. But if you look at their next fixture is Nottingham Forest home, so in this match, I think you can hold Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Then you can sell one or two of them. So I think Rashford in last match playing as a center forward position, it's not working for him. And if you look at Manchester United performance against Tottenham, it looks so awful. But I still think that against Nottingham Forest, they can have the capability to make the damage because it's a home match for Manchester United, and in home Manchester United played very well in last season. So I think now for game week 3, you should hold Rashford or Bruno Fernandes. You can sell one for MBM or other midfield option, but selling these two might harm your rank. Now move on to the first ignored player for game week 3, and it's Madison. He has got some injury concern. He has got knocked. So if you are not owner of Madison, you need to ignore him for game week 3 because he might be rotated in game week 3 and he might not be starting for Tottenham. But there is possibility that he might be well ahead of game week 3. So against Bournemouth away, it's a good fixture, but as there is doubt for Madison, so I don't expect to go for the buying of Madison, and that's why he's an ignore for game week 3. And if you look at his expected goal per 90 is not so good, it's 0.15, but his expected assist per 90 is 0.56. This means he create a lot of chance. And if you look at his match against Manchester United, he deployed so deep, but sometimes he moved forward and his average position is still good. But in this match, Sarr playing very well in the midfield, and I think against Bournemouth, Madison will be more advanced because if you look at Tottenham performance against weak opponent, Madison playing more advanced, but as he has got injury concern, so I put him in the ignore category. Now move on to the second ignore, and it's Romero. Tottenham defensively played very well in last match against Manchester United, but don't go for Romero because he's a card magnet. He pick yellow card every 2 matches, so he's not a good player to go for, and he sometimes pick the red card also. He's a red card magnet also. In last season he got 2 red cards, so he's not a player you should go for. If you want to go for a Tottenham defender, you should go for Udugi, and he's also 4.5 or 6 million, so he's a cheaper option, and also that he will get you attacking return where Romero will give you card. So I don't expect to go for Romero, and that's why he is in the ignore category. Though in last 2 matches he scored 1 goal, but I still think that it's an ignore for game week 3. Now I will summarize them all. And essential category is Chilwell and Wissa, and in differential category I put Akanji and Marsh. And the player you need to sell from your team is Pickford and Darwin, and you should hold Bruno Fernandes and Rashford ahead of Nottingham Forest home match, and you should ignore Madison and Romero. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, and if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel for FPL content throughout the season, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Good luck for your team.